I am so out of practice. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Vic and it's been a hot minute, but I'm here, I'm filming again. We're back, we're doing the thing. I've forgotten how to do the thing, so it took me literally 4 minutes to figure out the angle for this camera, and I still don't think it's right. It's the best you're getting. But I figured, what better way to start back my channel by just giving a little refresher and showing you everything that is currently on my TBR. I love watching these videos. I've been through my books so many times, getting rid of things. You might notice that behind me there's actually a bunch of DVDs. I only have the one bookshelf now. My book collection has significantly shrunk, and that's just the way things are now. I'm a little bit awkward filming. It's been the absolute longest time since I sat in front of a camera and filmed myself for my YouTube channel, and I've really missed it, so I'm excited to jump back in, and I figured this would be a nice little warm-up video, and hopefully some of you enjoy this. My reading has really fallen apart over the last year or so, which is why I haven't really made any videos in a while. I want to get back into it, and I figured what better way to motivate myself than putting it on the internet and making it something I have to be held accountable for. I'm not gonna go into synopses of these books because I don't have the patience for that, and I don't think you do either. You'll hear more about them as I read them, in theory. So I am actually planning on getting my TBR to 0 books. I don't know how soon I can achieve that goal. Like, ideally I'd like to be like, yeah, by the end of the year I'll have 0 books on my TBR, and I'll just buy a book and read it, and then buy a book and read it, or get a book from the library and read it, and so on and so forth. But a good chunk of my physical TBR right now is classics, and I do not foresee myself being able to get through them all before the end of the year in any way, shape, or form. I'm just kind of passively working on getting my TBR to 0. I've been buying books so much less. I think I've only bought 1 book this year, which is absolutely wild. It's August, but whatever. I have the 1 ebook, and then I have a little bit of a stockpile of physical books remaining. I have gotten rid of quite a few, but you know, some of them are still here, so we're just gonna go through that. The first book I want to mention is Onyx Storm by Rebecca Yarros, the 3rd book in the Empyrean series. That is the only unread ebook that I have because I'm currently reading it. I don't stockpile ebooks. I buy them as I read them. That just works best for me. These are only organized alphabetically by author's last name. They are not split by genre. They are not split by age range. They are just all in a big stack right now. Because I have so few unread books at the moment, it didn't make sense to try and make a whole bunch of categories. First up, I have The Feminist Killjoy Handbook by Sarah Ahmed. I had to do a university reading of an article written by this author about the concept of the feminist killjoy, and I really enjoyed it, and so I would like to read this. This is nonfiction. I read a lot of feminist nonfiction. You know what, I say that, I don't read a lot of nonfiction in general, but when I do, it tends to be feminist. The 5 People You Meet in Heaven by Mitch Albom. This book is a fancy version. It's the special collector's edition. I grabbed this because this seems like the kind of book that I will really enjoy when I actually read it. I just need to actually read it. The Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood. I have not seen the show for this at all. I don't really intend to see the show, but I do want to read this book. It is written as like feminist commentary. It is a dystopian in which women are essentially put into categories, one of which being breeding cattle. I really want to read this. I've wanted to read it for a while, since before the show came out. Next I have a couple of Jane Austen books. I have Sense and Sensibility and Emma. I've read Pride and Prejudice and I really enjoyed it, so I hope that I like these ones as well. Next up I have Invisible Women by Caroline Criado Perez. That is so not how you say that. This is another feminist nonfiction book. This is talking about data bias and how much of the world has been designed around male bodies and male experiences and how that affects women's day-to-day lives. I did start reading this one. I'm this far through. And then I put it down. And here we are. Middlemarch by George Eliot. This is a classic that I would still really like to read, but it's a literal brick and I'm scared for my life. Testosterone Rex by Cordelia Fine, another feminist nonfiction. This one is Unmaking the Myths of Our Gendered Minds. So it's addressing the concept of biological, neurological differences between men and women. I have The Women by Kristen Hanna. This is the same author who wrote The Nightingale, which I read and absolutely loved a few years back. This one is following women during the Vietnam War. We're following a war nurse. The Women is the story of one woman who goes to war, but it shines a light on the story of all women who put themselves in harm's way to help others. I think I'll really like it. There's really a pattern at the start of this, isn't there? Enough. The Violence Against Women and How to End It by Harriet Johnson. This one is another feminist nonfiction, and it's very bright. To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. This is a classic that I feel like a lot of people have read in America. I think it's like a prescribed high school required reading text for a lot of you. Not here, so I've never read it, but I'd like to. The Phantom of the Opera by Gaston Leroux. Classic horror. Opera. Silver Nitrate by Silvia Moreno Garcia. I have read Mexican Gothic by this author and I really enjoyed it. I read a few horror last year for a video that I did where I was trying the genre for the first time, and I kind of liked what I was reading, so I'd like to read a bit more. I don't read a lot of horror, that's really not my genre. I tend to read romance and romantasy. That's kind of it at the moment, but it's okay. How to Argue with a Racist by Adam Rutherford. This is a non-fiction book about race. We're mixing things up a little bit. I did start this one as well. I'm 40 pages in, and that's as far as I am. Tress of the Emerald Sea by Brandon Sanderson. I have heard only the most amazing things about this author, and I've never read anything from him. But the whole, like, Cosmoverse amalgamation of series is very overwhelming, and I don't actually want to read that. I know technically this is a part of that series, but this can be read as a standalone, so I'm gonna read it as a standalone. Similarly, I also have Yumi and the Nightmare Painter. Same situation. Letters from the Ginza Shihodo Stationery Shop by Kenji Ueda, translated by Emily Bellistrieri. This is a Japanese fiction novel. It's short, it has a interesting premise, and it has a pretty cover, and then I bought it. And the last book on my TBR, this is a very short video, but the last book on my physical TBR is To Paradise by Hanya Yanagihara, the same author who wrote A Little Life, which destroyed my heart and soul when I read it many years ago now. I have been 216 pages into this book for like 3-4 years. I really want to read this. I was enjoying it a lot when I was reading it, but at the time I was doing it for like a 24-hour reading challenge and I fell asleep for 6 hours, and then I was so bitter and salty about my video falling apart that I didn't pick up the book again, and now it's been a very long time and it's just a very big book to carry around. This is the kind of thing I would like to probably buy and read as an ebook, but I already own it, so. But yeah, that's all the physical books on my TBR, and the one ebook on my TBR. There's not a lot. There's not that many. Especially for the online book community at the moment. I feel like most people have very, very large book collections and TBRs on online bookish spaces right now. I do not want to perpetuate that as being normal, because I don't think that is the norm for most people. Just most people who make bookish content have a lot of books at the moment. It's getting kind of crazy, and it's very overwhelming. But anyway, that's my TBR at the moment. I'm not really planning on getting any more books for a while. If I get more books, I will be buying ebooks to read immediately. That's my plan at this point. I would like to read through what I have. Am I gonna keep all of these after I've read them? I don't know. Maybe not. Probably not. But they are the ones that have survived the ultimate culling of the majority of my books, and I'm interested in reading them all. If you've read any of them, let me know your thoughts, but no spoilers, please. I am not about that life. And if you want to hear my thoughts on any of these, please let me know, and maybe I'll make a video on them. I don't really know what to do. I'm kind of floundering around because it's been so long since I've been in the video content making space. I would love some ideas and suggestions on what kind of videos you want to see me make. But yeah, that's it for now. Please do like and subscribe, really helps out the channel, and then you can see all of my videos when they are posted and go live. Click the bell to be notified, and please comment down below. Just say hi. I'd love to hear from you all. I hope to see you all next time. Bye.